What is up, YouTubers? It's the Repo Man 360 here. Fortunately, coming to you for the last time. I know I've been gone for a while, and it looks like I'm just going to go ahead and make it official. But I have a lot of Dreamcast pickups that didn't get shown, so I'm going to blow them all out one episode. So I hope you enjoy. I'm just going to start off with my American pickups, and why not start sealed? I have a sealed copy here of Alien Front Online. We have Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? I'm sorry, Railroad Tycoon. Let's me go. Sega Rally Championship. Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Deep Fighter. Ooga Booga. Phantasy Star Online version 2. Charge and Blast. And last but not least, Demolition Racer, No Exit. Trying to work on the glare. Woo! No slipping no more. Alright, and I also have kind of an oddball. It's not a particularly hard to find game, but its packaging is kind of interesting. It's a copy of Unreal Tournament, but it has been placed in this "Do Not Steal Me" plastic, which I just thought was hilarious. It's gotten a little brittle. There's some places there where the plastics had a bite in it a little bit, but I think it's a neat piece of history. You know, the links that places were going to put stuff on the shelves, but keep people from stealing it. All right, let's cut to the Lucy stuff, and I'll start with a big one. Finally got a copy of Shenmue, but for the American version, I should say, because I've had the PAL one for a while, but no manual. The discs are all there, but no manual, unfortunately. And then I've got a bunch of pickups that I got from various. I bought a guy's collection. So I'm just going to run through them without sort of going through, what's already up there. We have Sega GT, GTA 2, Razor Freestyle Scootin', Miss Pac-Man, The Soul Still Burns, Soul Calibur. And this copy is a little rough. The disc is fine, but the label's looks like water damage. We have Extreme Sports, and I went ahead and cut out the 2Ks. I got 2K1, 2K2s, just about everything. Championship Surfer, Virtual Fighter 3TB. Shout out to Mr. Tip for helping me pronounce that correctly. And we have Worms Armageddon. Ooh, it's a lot. All right. Let's grab a little. We have Arrow Wings. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Come on. Come to Papa. There you go. All right. And then we have Speed Devils. A shiny, shiny, shiny copy of our Atari Anniversary Edition. Heavy Metal Geomatrix, which I thought I was going to love this game, and then it plays a lot differently than the original Heavy Metal games. So don't go into it thinking it's the classic. It's kind of like a third person almost. Third person, but behind the back. So it's not like a side scroller like the like the originals, but it's different. It's interesting. If you like the series, it's worth a check. Then we have a copy of Chicken Run, Army Men Sarge's Heroes, Wetrix, which is an excellent puzzle game. I love puzzle games. We have Air Force Delta, 4x4 Evo in, I believe, a hockey case, but it's all, I guess the front was swapped out. Fighting Force 2, Wasn't really a fan of that one. It was alright, but I expected better, I guess. Alright, we're still going though. Here we go. We've got Street Fighter Alpha 3, excellent game. Spy Operation Espionage. Bust a Move 4. Echo the Dolphin. Toy Story 2, which I really hope whoever originally bought this did not pay $46.99. MSR. Dead or Alive 2. What is this? Rippin' Riders. Yeah, I personally prefer trick style, but it's snowboarding to weird future boarding, so it's a little tough to compare. Ready to Rumble Boxing. Hot and New. Nightmare Creatures 2. Carrier. Woo, there we go. Test Drive Rally. Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. Snowcross. Tomb Raider Chronicles. I always say this wrong. I call it Silver. I believe it's Sliver. I butcher names. It's what I do. But an excellent game. Definitely check it out. Star Wars Demolition. Make an X. One of the early games on the system. A fighter that hasn't fared well over time. Evil Dead Hail to the King. Excellent game. Controls can be a little bit Resident Evil-y, but overall a good game. Buzz Lightyear Star Command. Trick Style. I did like Trick Style very much. Very SSX-like. Donald Duck Going Quackers. Midway Arcade Greatest Hits Volume 1. I love Midway games. This one has Joust on it, which I was a really big Joust player. Excellent game if you're into the retro stuff. Hidden and Dangerous. It looks like the last one is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Alright, so that was a lot of American games. I also have a copy of Sonic Shuffle that is the not for resale version, and the NBA 2K1 that is the not for resale version. Now this next one though, it's kind of interesting. I decided I wanted to get a box console, but I figured if I was going to buy one, I either wanted one that was super minty at a decent price or one that was a little more uncommon. So I decided to go with the one that was a little more uncommon. Now it was missing half of the guts, but it came with a console and all the extras. It is the Smash Pack bundle, and if you can see, there's a slight tear here that I put tape on the other side of it to keep it from getting any bigger. It's essentially a slip cover over a console, but the console. It's not like one they just pulled off the line. It was made just for this, and I think on the box even somewhere it says that it's got like a sticker that says that it's part of the 12-pack. So I mean, really cool. Really cool artwork, and I believe the virtual cop is a bit hidden in this. Yeah, it's the shooter that people forget about, because I believe that's the only way you could play it was on this compilation. But excellent excellent unit, and it came with a copy of the game, of course. And that copy of the game, the Sega Smash Pack, is not for resale. So this is the copy that goes with the, and I think, yes, I remembered this. Even on the disc, it says not for resale. So there, if you're like a super anal collector like me, then that's the version you got to have to go with the box, to go with everything. So thrilled to get that. I thought that was excellent. Not, like with the PAL Dreamcast had a bundle of House of Dead 2, also the Japanese version, which, while we're here, while we're talking about it, I'll go ahead and I have the Japanese version. My gun's a little faded on this one. There's a copy of the game in here as well. Box, I think the artwork's slightly cooler than the PAL version, but it's debatable. But the only version of a light gun with a game that I could find was this super cool copy of Death Crimson OX. And it's got this Pelican light gun, and I mean, you can see it looks fairly official. It's something that Pelican put out. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know how many of these were made. It's got a slight tear here, and I mean, it has been opened. Somebody opened it at one point, but the copy of the game inside is sealed, and the gun looks like it's been used maybe once. Like the cord was just a little undone. But it super happy to have this. I can't say I've seen too many of these, so I was thrilled to add it to my collection, especially being a big gun guy, with the gun games. And while we're talking about guns, here's my copy of Virtual Cop for the Saturn, which, why they didn't do a version like this for the Dreamcast is beyond me, with doing like a Virtual Cop collection or something like that. I mean, it would have sold like gangbusters. That's the Japanese version, of course. And then we have, that's the American Stunner that they sold, that I didn't bother to take out of the plastic. So I know we're getting a bit off track here, but let's keep with the Dreamcasting, and I have a few games that came out after the system was dead, and it's some fan-made games. We've got Beats of Rage, which sounds like a music fighting game, but it's not. It's just a play on Streets of Rage. Then we have this tile game like what is it called? The name is escaping me now. Mahjong. There we go. Thank you. It says it on the back. Haha. And we have Inhabitants and Cool Herders. Some interesting games. Kind of like a Bomberman, sort of. You can see side profile. The Beats of Rage is a very poor, like, printed from your home printer copy, but I got them all really cheap, so I was happy to have them. But now we'll go ahead and show you how a real company does it now. A company called Watermelon made these, and I got turned on to these by fellow Dreamcaster on a retro tip. Super good guy. Definitely check out his channel. But I got myself an American copy of Pierce Solar. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, I haven't opened it. This is how it came. I mean, how official does that look? I mean, it looks like it came straight from Dreamcast. Even got a barcode. I mean, this thing is super legit. And I've seen some game footage online. I obviously haven't opened mine, and it looks like a really fun game. So one of these days I might have to break the old seal and check it out. Alright, I think... Oh, wait, no. I have a little bit of Japanese still. I have a boxed Choo Choo Rocket. The game and controller are inside here. I did not bother to unshrinky dink it. But that's another one of those nice things that Japan got that we didn't for some reason. And I think that... Oh, no, here we go. Here is a... It's not Godzilla, but it's one of the Godzilla creatures. I can never keep them straight. It's the three-headed dragon guy. And inside of the memory card is a playable game that you could play out just with the memory card, and you would boost the creature's stats, and then when you used it in game, it would be better. So it was like one of those cool tie-in things, and this is nice and sealed in the box. Yay! The Godzilla one, I believe, is worth a lot more than that one, but they're tough to find in general, and a lot of the times, if you do find them, someone's taken the little mini game off of it for whatever reason. So that's a bit of a bummer. Now I'm gonna finish my Dreamcasting a bit how it started. Uh, well, I should say it started because my passion was brought back by a fellow YouTuber, and I wanted to get to 100 PAL Dreamcast games before I showed this off. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna get to that number, but I'm fairly close. We have a German copy of Suzuki All-Star Extreme Racing. Unfortunately, it's the German version, and I'll explain why it's the German version in just a minute. And then we have a copy of Buggy Heat, also the German version. And then a copy of Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. Again, the German version, unfortunately. So to make up for that, I tried to buy another copy of Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation, and I ended up not paying attention again and bought Tomb Raider La Revelation Finale, aka the French version. Good job, Richard. Alright, and then we have a copy of Nomad Soul. Now, there's two different box arts for this. This was the one that was more uncommon. I didn't see as many of these. I think this was actually the only one I saw when I was looking for a copy of the game. So I decided to get this one. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know why there's two versions, but I actually think this one's cooler. So that's the one I picked up. And then, because I'm a nerd, I also got the Pierce Solar for the PAL Dreamcast, because let's face it, the PAL case is so much cooler than the American ones. It's got two CD slots, even if there's only one game. It's got it's got front artwork that's not the manual, so it's just a thin piece of paper that stays nice and minty. So if you want to thumb through the manual, you don't ruin the front art of the game. It's a brilliant idea. So that doesn't quite get me to 100, but I did save this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful box for last. This is a boxed copy of the Sega Bass Fishing. It came with a copy of the game in like a DVD case, like next to it. So I don't know how it originally came. I don't think it came in a DVD case, but this came from a German seller. So I bought some other things from him that made the deal a little better for me. There is a little damage to the top, unfortunately. Also some tape, some clear tape here. Excuse me. The bottom's not too bad. this is just a really tough one to come by. So, I mean, condition, I told the guy, hey, conditions, and I get that it's rare, but condition's an issue. So I got it for a pretty good deal. I believe it was €65, which, again, not the greatest. It's got a little tear there. But, I mean, I'm happy to add it to the collection. I wanted it to be number 100, but unfortunately that's just not in the cards. I almost forgot. It's a shame. I have 2 other PAL games. Oh, there we go. This first one, it was in bubble wrap, but this case came to me absolutely smashed. I mean, the back is not the right back. I mean, this thing is just toasted. It was put in bubble wrap, but it might as well have been put in with 2 barbells, because it just got beat to hell by everything else that was in the box. So I have basically a front artwork and disc only of the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I believe that is. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, Marvel Clash of Superheroes. And I guess now, last but not least, a disc only copy of Moho. It was what I could get a hold of, and I'm happy to have it, happy to get a chance to play it. But would have preferred, of course, to have the whole thing. But unfortunately, I think I got this for $30, US dollars. So the price was right, and hopefully I can piece the rest of it together at some point. But that was the idea. But okay, so that's gonna be it for Dreamcasting. But I did promise something special at the end, so I'm going to show off some PAL pickups that I got for the Game Gear and the Mega Drive. I'll start with the Game Gear because they're the least interesting to show. And this came from a UK seller, but for some reason he threw in this weird Japanese game that I don't know what it is, can't pronounce it. Then we have Castle of Illusion. I believe that's Putt and Putter. The Terminator. Mortal Kombat. And I know I kept them in the case, but you get the idea. Super Kick Out. The Lucky Dime Caper Donald Duck. Sonic Triple Trouble. And G-Lock. Nothing particularly special there. It's just starting to kind of get into it. I bought some other things from this fella, and it was just really cheap and kind of something that introduced me to some different PAL things. Oh, and a boxed copy of Sonic 2, Sonic and Tails. Then we have a loose Mega Drive copy of Samurai Showdown and Golden Axe, which the American copies don't have weird things like this. I guess it's weird to me, but I mean, I guess it's kind of a cool thing to grab the side instead of pulling the top. I don't know. And then again, for whatever reason, decided he was going to throw in some random Japanese game, Mickey Mania. Okay. Then we have a copy of Golden Axe 2, a copy of Speedball 2, a completely beat copy of Revenge of Shinobi. I mean, I do not know what happened to this. What happened to this artwork here? I don't. Yeah, and there's no manual either for this one, but it's a good game. So, and we have Space Harrier 2, and I think this one had the main. Yeah, this one. All the other ones had everything in them. The manuals seem like they're a little longer, which I kind of like that. Alright, so I have one more thing to show. I think it's kind of neat. I think I've shown it in a video before, but for you Dreamcasters out there, I have the Genesis Video Entertainment Cabinet. Holds up to 36 game cartridges. This is obviously just the box, but I have the the thing in it. It just didn't make sense to put it in there to show it to you. So yeah, well, that's right. Because I'm such a gun nut, I found. Ooh, there it goes. I found in a bag in the back of my closet my original Minicer. This is my used in childhood Minicer, and I had bought a Minicer. My box is pretty beat. I don't even know if I still have it really, but I ended up buying another one, and I've pulled that gun out of the box just so I could show I do have a box for the Minicer as well, but no cardboard inserts on this one. I think my original one might have the cardboard though, but I think it was flattened at one point, so I don't know how well that's going to hold anything. But this version for some reason didn't have the sensor, but I have the sensor for my old one. So put them together, I've got one sensor, two guns, and 2 copies of the Minicer. But guys, it's been a privilege being a part of the community. I'm gonna definitely miss you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to hang around for a little bit and see a few more of your contents, and I will try and answer your comments and reply to your comments for as long as I can. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I've met some really great people, and it's a little sad to go, but unfortunately it's time for me. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thumbs up if you wanna, and have a good one.